everybody, this is Leah Fresh Astrology, and I'm just going to show you something I don't always point out to people, but see this hair sticking straight up? This is my natural hair if I don't stick a lot of styling paste and hairspray on it. In fact, I've already put some, but just no matter what, I have these things I somewhat affectionately, trying to call them affectionately, wild hairs, and they're gonna do their own thing. I can't control them. This is a part of who I am. This is part of who my hair is. And we're going to talk about Uranus today. This Uranus is sort of the wild planet, and wherever it is in your chart, it has a wild, quote unquote, wild kind of electric message for you. It doesn't just look like my hair, like I'm electrified, like I've got static electricity. That it's not static electricity. It's not humidity. This is just my hair. So Uranus, if you have it strong in your chart, you know, if it's on your ascendant, if it's conjunct your sun, if it's on your midheaven, if it's in a raft of planets all together, so it's strongly linked to many of your planets in your chart, you will have a strong Uranian vibe, and your hair might stick up. I have a strong Uranus in my chart, and so I have, like, this is my wild scientist look. But we all have Uranus in our chart somewhere, even if it's not the most prominent planet. Uranus is where you are the mad scientist. This is where you can create the most change. This is where you're the most genius, most inventive. And if you have a strong Uranus, you may be somebody who loves to change or invent things, where you just are like, it's hard to stay the same all the time. It's hard to stay in the same place all the time. Blah. And it's hard to comb your hair. And sometimes strong Uranian people, as an aside, they shock others easily, maybe in behavior, but also touch. Like I tend to shock people. Not as much with my behavior, maybe sometimes. Becoming an astrologer, for example, to a lot of my friends and family may have been a shock. But, and sometimes I'll just make decisions that shock people, but I'm just showing you my hair because we're just going to show it off today, because it is the times call for, especially today and over the next few days with Venus passing by, where we can fly our weird flag and in a loving way without, you know, hitting people in the face with it. You know, so I'm not trying to hit you in the face with the hair, but it's a part of my message. Like, show who you are, show your weirdness, be inventive. Don't be ashamed of your ideas. Don't be ashamed to show who you are, especially your brilliance. Your brilliance. Sometimes, for whatever reason, people are most ashamed of their uniqueness and their brilliant ideas. A lot of people have great ideas in their heads, but they don't speak up. They don't speak up because they don't want to rock the boat, so to speak. They don't want to, they don't want people to judge their ideas or judge them. They want to be accepted, and to be accepted, a lot of people assume to be accepted by others that they have to go along with everybody else's ideas or the status quo. And that's not true. Sometimes we're most accepted when we are our unique selves. We're most at home in the world when we are comfortable with our wild hairs. So, you know, when you can accept who you are and not try to hide it, that's when people are most comfortable around you and trust you the most. That's actually when you're the most comfortable with you and trust you the most. You trust yourself most when you accept yourself, all of you. You know, your weirdness, your wildness, the part of you that doesn't, that stands out, that doesn't fit in, the part of you that sticks up like a sore thumb. And when you can learn to love all of that, you know, now we have Venus going over Uranus. It's time to love your Uranus. It's time to love the wild, wacky, weird, unconventional, new idea, genius idea you. So if you know how to look at your chart online, you can see where your Uranus is. If you don't, you can just take the idea, you know, without looking at a chart, where you're weird. You know where your ideas don't fit in, or where you're worried you don't fit in, or where you're worried your ideas won't fit in. You know where you're unique. You know where the parts of you that you want to hide. So just do a little meditative thinking about that over the next few days. Learn to love your weirdness. Learn to love the part of you that you're scared most of, that you think other people won't like. Especially the part of you that's really brilliant and genius. You just don't know what to do with it because it scares you a little bit. All right? Everybody take care.